Well, language is, first of all, never neutral. And second of all, it's ubiquitous. Language is all around us and has immense power to influence relationships between people, to influence the way that we see ourselves, the way that we communicate expectations for ourselves and others. And poor language choices can often be damaging to relationships. There are two that stand out in particular. And the first would be process-oriented language versus person-oriented language. So process-oriented language is when we describe what someone is doing. So for example, Jen turned in blank test for the past 2 weeks. I wonder what's going on. Person-oriented language focuses on a person's character. So for example, Jen is really unmotivated. She's not doing anything in class. And when we focus on process, we're focusing on a person's behavior, a person's choices, and those are easier to change. Whereas when we talk in terms of person-oriented language, we're speaking about character often in a fixed way. And so we're labeling students. It may not be that you are unmotivated. It may be that you are tired, and that's why you didn't turn in your tests. Or you might be confused and shutting down because you don't understand the material. But by characterizing you as unmotivated, I've labeled you a certain way, and that's going to impact the way that I interact with you, the expectations that I have for you, and in turn, the way that you're seeing yourself as a member of the class community. So a second type of language that I'd like to talk about is tentative language versus assertive language. So tentative language expresses that the speaker's perception of what's going on is grounded in the speaker's assumptions and the speaker's subjective view of this situation. So for example, maybe you were asked to leave class and I'm having a conversation with you. I could say, Jen, it's really clear that you're having a struggle with your teacher. That would be assertive language. I'm assuming that you're having some sort of tension with your teacher and that that's the way that you're viewing the situation. If that's not the case, you're now put on the defensive. I'm not having a struggle with that teacher. She has a problem with me, but I don't have a problem with her. Yeah. Alternatively, I can explicitly convey, Jen, it seems as though you're having a struggle with your teacher. That's my perception. I'm opening the door for you to share whether or not you think that's true. But I'm not asserting that my interpretation is fact.
Is accurate.
Yeah. And so tentative language is an invitation to share more, to validate your experience and your perception, and to ensure that I, as the speaker, am not imposing my truth and my experiences, my biases on you and your perception. And it creates a sense of mutuality. What you have to say and share is as valid as what I perceive to be the situation.